Huh? What is this? A countdown? Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not falling for this. Last time I fell for this, I got hurt badly. There is no way I'm falling for this. My God. It's finally upon us. That's right, guys. After much hype and many years of waiting, it's finally upon us. Half-Life 3. Wait. Honestly, I thought it would be revealed at E3, but I guess Bethesda just like dropping nukes on us because this one literally came from nowhere from yesterday. If you guys didn't know, 24 hours ago, Bethesda changed their Fallout homepage to a countdown that says please stand by, with, Fallout-ish style. Many of us knew it had to be a Fallout game, although some believe it was Skyrim or a new Skyrim, I don't know. But I knew for a fact it had to be a new Fallout game. It had the same style that Fallout always has, the standby. I mean, it screamed Fallout to me, and I knew for a fact. Though I've been heartbroken from hoax and fake news all over the years, that I had a sense of doubt, though. I really did. But I'm glad for the first time I'm actually wrong, and that this one, without a doubt, is real. Fallout 4 is coming for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Now, many of us, and don't lie to me, has seen the trailer, but many of us didn't understand what we're watching. I mean, for me, I had my mouth open, and I was crying tears of joy, so to the point that I couldn't even see the trailer clearly. And don't lie to me, because you did that too. But have any of us has really looked at the trailer? I mean, there's not much to go on it. It's just basically a trailer. There's no gameplay wise really, and there's a couple of shots with narration with the famous saying, war never change. But there are some not secrets, but more glimpse of to the new Fallout 4 game that we're about to get. And the most important one is that people don't even mention, and that even the trailer doesn't really tell it to you directly, is the location of Fallout 4. Now, there has been some articles already telling you this, what the location is. And if you did read it, bravo, you already know what the location is. But let me tell you a little bit back. A couple of months ago, I believe almost a year ago, there was rumors going back that the Fallout 4 was going to take place in Boston. Now, this was just a rumor, in fact, and there was not much to go on it. Many people didn't really have proof to back it up. Some people were saying it was coming from a guy who works at Bethesda. There was rumors circulating about it. Bethesda didn't deny it or accept it. So there was some clarity to it being real. But there was nothing to prove it. There was no proof, so we didn't know for a fact that whoever said this was true. So we didn't really know if Fallout 4 was in Boston. But Boston does make a good location, I guess. I mean, Boston is a pretty historical location if you think about it. And if Fallout is known for something, it's for its patriotic views of America. Well, not clearly, but some of it does have some patriotic views, and there are some patriotic elements into Fallout. But, I mean, Boston does make sense. I mean, we're going from Washington, D.C. to New Vegas, back to the East Coast. I mean, why not Boston? Although I would love to see a California one. I mean, New Vegas is kind of close to California, but I mean a truly West Coast California. Or New York. Why not New York? But I guess the division will help me on that one. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. Fallout 4 will take place in Boston, and here's 3 examples why, if you look at the trailer. 1, we have the Mississippi State Capitol. If you look at the trailer, it definitely shows the Mississippi State Capitol. The other big one is the USS Constitution ship, of course, some modifications, of course. And the third big one is the statue of Paul Revere that shows in the trailer as well. These 3 indications are historical landmarks that are set in Boston. Now, at this point you don't believe it's in Boston, fair enough. We've been lied to a couple of times, and I believe your hesitation. But it makes sense with the rumors that happened months ago. With this trailer, finally legitimate proof that Fallout 4 will take place in Boston. Another thing to look at the trailer is the dog aspect. I mean, it's not much to go on. It's a dog running around, doing things, interacting with the world, the post-apocalyptic house that we see. But I guess it is an indication that we're going to have companions. But that's not a big surprise since we had companions before. I mean, who can forget Dog Meat? Love that boy. And of course at the end when he says, "Come on boy, let's go," it clearly shows they're going to be companions. But like I said, not a big surprise. We had companions before. But I guess this is just a little tip of the iceberg. Another thing that I noticed was the whole flashbacks going on during the trailers. Aside from the historical 40s and 50s music, by the way, glad to hear that melody. It really reminds me back of that Fallout 3 trailer. Remember the one with the bus radio and extends back for? I really thought it would be something like that, but they did change it up a little bit. Anyway, the flashbacks was something totally different from like the Fallout 4 3 trailer for example. The biggest thing that I noticed was that it's actually telling a little glimpse of how the nuclear breakdown, the nuclear war, escalated to. If you listen to the radios, there was clearly pandemonium. There was scares. People were fearing. There was huge fear about nuclear war, and unfortunately for them, it did happen. And as we know, it clearly killed a lot of people and started a whole new humanity and whole new civilization. And civilization crumbled. Now, one thing that I don't know if people know about this, but many people assume that the Fallout universe started with our universe. It's basically our universe, but in the 40s and the 60s, the Cold War escalated and we had nuclear warfare. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I may be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure that's not how it goes. The Fallout universe is actually quite different from our universe. I don't know the details, so pardon me on this, but from what I know what the story is, Fallout nuclear war didn't happen until around the 21st century, and even further into our own years. I believe it didn't happen until 2100, around there. 2100, my bad. So clearly, it's not, as many people think, it happened in the 60s. It did not happen in the 60s. The reason why everything looks so 60-ish is because instead of evolving into the trends that we know to the 70s and 80s, in that timeline, those fashion trends just stayed. The 50s and 60s just, those 30s, 40s, they just stayed and they became part of American history. That's why they have things like robot butlers and stuff like that. Very, like Pip-Boy. Very advanced technology that we don't even have right now. But with the whole 50s and 60s, 40s and, twist on it. That's what people have a hard time realizing. This is not just happened in the Cold War. The Cold War, yes, took part of this and escalated this years later. But this happened because of other reasons. And eventually we had a nuclear war that killed a lot of people. And of course, the final thing I want to touch back on is, aside from the flashbacks in Boston being the location, we actually do get to see a glimpse of the main vault in this one. As we know, Fallout 3, the main vault is 101, and Fallout New Vegas, there was a couple of vaults. And although there's always a couple of vaults in each game, the game primarily focused on Vault 111. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know what that can signify. I guess it means that just like Fallout 3, Vault 101 was important in a significant way because you came out of that vault. Maybe in Fallout 4, Vault 111 will have another significant role in it. Could it be that maybe once again, like Fallout 3, you were born in the vault and you come out of it, or something else? I don't even think they're gonna play that card. I don't think they're gonna just go back to that. It just seemed very redundant, repetitive if they do that. They're probably gonna do a new twist on it, but it clearly shows they want us to know why Vault 111 was there if it was in the trailer. Now, this is just my thoughts about Fallout 4, and like you guys, I'm very hyped for this game. I mean, I just talked about it for like almost 11 minutes now. So I am really happy to see that Fallout 4 is finally gonna get announced. I mean, it already did get announced, but finally get released to the world. Although there was no release date, I'm very sad about that. But my theory is that with E3 just around the corner and Bethesda having their own press conference, although I thought Fallout was gonna be, I really thought Fallout 4 was gonna be announced at E3. But I guess Bethesda just really likes dropping bombshells on us because they just did this out of nowhere, left field, just smack down yesterday, saying Fallout 4 is here. I don't know why they did this, but I'm not arguing. It's a great tactic, I guess, to build up hype just before E3, and it definitely built up hype. It is like #1 trending right now, and everyone's basically blowing up on the internet. So, good job, Bethesda. You really know how to build up hype. So, good job for you. Anyway, like I said, my theory, Fallout 4 will hopefully have some gameplay revealed at E3. Don't hold me on that. But if we're all very lucky, gameplay will be shown at E3 for Fallout 4. Will a release date be shown? I don't know. It's a little too early to say. Who knows how long they've been working on this game? They've been, it could have been since, if I believe what happened, a team was set off to work on this game since the launch of Fallout 3. Then they set another team aside to help with Fallout New Vegas. But Bethesda didn't primarily develop that game, if you remembered. It was a different company. So they definitely had time to work on this game. It's been a while. But I don't know if it'll be 2015 or 2016. I think, realistically, 2016. I believe fall 2016. I know that's like a long time from now, but I'm just glad we're getting some confirmation that Fallout 4 is here, and I honestly can't wait. Was this in The Division? I'm honestly extremely happy. It seems like a great time to be a gamer right now, and I'm just joyed. Anyway, before I just keep on rambling about Fallout 4, I'm just gonna end it here. If there's more news about it at E3, I'll definitely make another video and update you guys. Also, if you hear anything wrong that I said, any misinformation, anything, any hardcore Fallout fans out there that want to prove me wrong, definitely prove me wrong. I would love to get some clear new information about this. And if there's anything more to tell me, don't forget to write a comment. If you like this video, like and share it. You know, maybe help me out here. Anyway, I gotta end this now before it gets way too long. I'm gonna go in the corner and just keep getting hype for this game. Just remember, guys, E3 just around the corner.